the last class, we have learned about heat and temperature. Do you remember what is heat? It is a type of energy. Transfer the energy from one substance to another substance. Always the heat transform at the higher level of substance to the lower level of substance of heat. What is temperature? Temperature means the degree of hotness or coldness of an object. It is called temperature. And also we have learned about three types of scales which we measure temperature. What are the three types of scales? Kelvin scales, degree Celsius scale and degree Fahrenheit scale. Do you know the value of freezing point and boiling point? Okay. And in which device we have to use measure our body temperature? Thermometer. So, in the thermometer we have three different types of scales: Kelvin, Celsius and Fahrenheit. And also we have learned about effects of heat. Do you remember? In our everyday life we have to use effects of heat. For example, when we use the heat to dry our wet clothes and for cooking, and the ice cubes changes into water because of heat. And also in our lesson we have four types of effects of heat. What are the four types? Change in fire, change in temperature, change in state and change in size. Fire means fire produces from the heat. Fire produces heat energy and light energy because of chemicals. Some type of chemicals changes into fire, changes into heat energy. So fire used to help in different ways. For cooking, building constructions, to do plumbing works, electrical works. Yes? Okay, then change in temperature. It means when we give heat in any other objects, the atoms and molecules will be changed because of temperature. Increasing the level of atoms and molecules. If you are not giving the heat, they will be not change the atoms and molecules. And also change in state. What are the three types of states? States of matter: solid, liquid and gas. The state of matter changes into another state of matter. For example, solid, liquid and gas. If a solid changes into liquid, it needs heat. If liquid changes into gas state, it needs heat. What are the some processes we have learnt? Freezing, boiling, condensation, evaporation, sublimation and deposition. Everything the change of state. Solid changes into liquid, then liquid changes into gas, gas changes into liquid and liquid gas changes into solid. And some state of matter, that means solid directly changes into gas without passing, without change to liquid state. Again some objects, gas changes into solids without changing the state of liquid. These are the processes are called deposition or sublimation. Have you remembered that? Okay. Today we are going to study about, this is the effect of heat. This is the fourth one. Change or volume to a change in temperature. When we give the temperature, the matter changes its shape. For example, any metal rod. Okay, when we give the heat in metal rod, because of heat, they expand the metal, changing the shape. Change its shape, then area. If the metal rod will be expand, the area will be different and volume also will be changed. So, shape, area or volume to a change in temperature. When we give the heat to an object, because of heat, the object will be expand. So, the shape of the object will be changed, area will be changed or volume of the object will be changed. That is called thermal expansion. Many objects, all the objects made up of atoms and molecules. If an object will be expand, the atoms of molecules, the particles will be changed. Particles means atoms and molecules. So the atoms will be start to move. If the object will be moved from beginning level to next level, it needs more moving. The moving will be increase in that atoms. Moving will be increase. So for motion, it needs atoms or temperature. Except few objects, all the solids, liquids and gases will be change their shape, size or volume. If you take solids, how they will be changed, how they will be expand. See, when we give heat, the object will be expand. The heat will be releasing from that object. When the object will be cooler, the object will be contract. Because of heat, the object will be expand. Because of cooling, the object will be contract. Have you understand? Then in solids, how they expand will be considered. The thermal expansion in solids can be in terms of length, area or volume. When we take any solids, the solids have, the particles are closely packed. So it has definite shape and definite volume. When we give the heat in that solids, the solids expand. So their length will be different. Solids length will be changed, then area will be changed or volume will be changed. So in solids we can find the thermal expansion. It can be in terms of length, area or volume. For example, this is a glass jar. Glass jar. This is a metal lid. Metal lid. When we open the lid of this metal, it's very difficult to open the lid because it was very tight. When we pour the hot water over the lid, it becomes loose. The metal lid becomes loose. So we can open the lid easily because when we are applying the heat. Have you understand this? Some examples of thermal expansion in solids are: the metal rim is slightly smaller than the wheel. On heating, the rim expands and fitted on the wheel. Before heating, we cannot fit the metal rim on the wheel. On being cooled rapidly, it contracts and fits tightly against wheel, giving its strength because of heating. When two different types of solids which expand by different amounts are welded together. They form a biometallic strip. Refrigerators, ovens, and toasters use thermostat switches to control the heat. Telephone wires sag during summer and contract during winter. If they are laid in summer, they are laid a little loose so that in winter, even if they contract, the wires will not snap. If they are laid in winter, they are laid a little tight so that in summer, even if they are expand, the wires will not sag a lot. Another one example is bridges are kept on rollers. Listen there, small wheels are there. These are the rollers. So these are the rollers to allow for their expansion in summer and contraction in winter. When hot water is poured into a thick glass tumbler, it cracks because the inner surface of the glass expands more than the outer surface. So, the same reason, when a hot thick glass is placed in hot cold water, the glass breaks as the outside surface contracts more than the inside surface. Another one is railway tracks were laid in a such a way that there is some space between them to allow for their expansion in summer and contraction in winter. How the expansion in liquids? The expansion in liquid is greater than in solids. In liquids they have definite volume but no definite shape. It takes the shape of the container. So it has definite volume. So we can consider the expansion in liquids. We can consider the volume. Volume can be changed because of heat in liquids. When we use mercury or alcohol in the thermometer, when we are using the thermometer to measuring the temperature, the level of mercury or alcohol will be increased. So the volume of liquid is increasing. That is the expansion of liquids. How the expansion in gases? Gases expands more or most. Gases expands most because they don't have fixed volume and fixed shape. When we give heat in that gas particles, the expansion will be increased. So the volume will be expands. In this gases, when we give the heat, the volume expands. For example, listen this picture. A balloon fixed to the neck of a bottle blows up if the bottle is placed in a bowl of hot water. If we remove the bottle from the bowl of hot water, the balloon contracts. This is the second picture. Here, why the balloon is increasing the level of volume? Because when heat is transformed, the volume of air inside the balloon increases. So, making the balloon to expand. When heat is removed, the volume of air decreases and hence the balloon contracts. Next one is conduction of heat. Heat transferred from one object to another object. Heat transferred from higher temperature of object to lower temperature of object. That is called convection. Convection means transfer of heat from an object at a higher temperature to an object at a lower temperature. It is called convection. They will be in contact. Two objects will be in contact. Without contact, they will not pass the temperature from if the two objects are in contact, transfer of heat from an object at a higher temperature to an object at a lower temperature. If the objects in contact, that is called convection. For example, this is the hot water. Hot water is in the bowl. When we keep the metal spoon, when we keep the silver spoon in that hot water, first the spoons will be get heated from the hot water from the bowl. So the spoon gets heated. After that, when we touch the spoon, we feel heat in that spoon, because if the two objects in contact, the temperature transfers from higher level to lower temperature. That is called convection. And also, this is the wood. When we give the fire in this wood, first this side, the one end of wood will be get heated. When the wood get heated, how they will be transferred from here, this end to that end? Through the particles. They have atoms and molecules. These are called particles. So, these particles will be expanded. Through these particles, they started to vibrate. So, this vibration will be send the heat from this end to that end. After the same temperature, when the wood started to change the temperature from higher level to lower level, so the wood will be transferred heat from one end to another end because of vibration of particles. And also these particles have free electrons. So the object will be contact through their two terms. First one is for vibration and another one is movement of free electrons. So the objects will be get conduction of heat. First method is by vibration of particles. Another one is movement of free electrons. The conductor has two types, good conductor and bad conductor. Good conductor and bad conductor. Good conductor means the materials that conduct heat easily are called good conductor of heat. Materials that conduct heat easily, that means transform the heat energy from one object to another object. So these type of materials will be conduct the heat easily. So it is called good conductor of heat. For example, silver, copper and aluminium. These are the good conductors. Okay, silver, copper and aluminium. Mostly the conduction occurs in the solid state because it has the closely particles. It has closely particles of matter. So, solids are the conduction of example of good conductor. And also in each different materials has the rate of conductivity is different. The rate of conductivity is different in different materials. In liquids and gases, they will be not conductor of heat easily. So, they are called bad conductor of heat. What is the meaning of bad conductor? Some materials that do not conduct heat easily. For example, liquids and gases. They will be not conduct the heat easily. For example, water and air. Then wood, cork. Wood contains air inside the wood. Then and also cork. Air is, we will consider the air inside the cork. So it's little difficult to conduct the heat. These are the good conductors and bad conductors. We can call bad conductors to poor conductor. Good and bad conductors of heat are used in our everyday activities. We can see few examples of here. Boilers in industries and cooking utensils are usually made of metals. This allows heat to flow quickly to the materials being boiled and cooked. Then mercury, it is a liquid metal. It is a good conductor of heat, is used in thermometers. Wood and plastics are bad conductors of heat. So they are used for making handles of cookware. And also mud. It is a bad conductor of heat. It does not allow heat to go out of or come inside a house. And also we wear woolen clothes in winter. Why we wear woolen clothes in winter? Because it stops the flow of heat from our body to the surroundings. Which are the topics we have learned today? Conduction of heat and change in size, expansion and contraction. Take your book, children, page number 68. Write the exercise now. Page number 68. Match the following. Heat, answer is energy. Temperature, degree of hotness or coldness. Boiling point of water, 212 degree Fahrenheit. Human body temperature, 37 degrees Celsius. Freezing point of water, 273 Kelvin. Take your book now, page number 74. Write T for true and F for false. Correct the false statements. Question 1. Paper is a non-flammable substance. Answer is false. Paper is a flammable substance. Second question. When you blow on a cold glass or a mirror, you can see that hot air condensing on it. Answer is true. Third one, alcohol has a boiling point greater than the boiling point of water. Answer is false. Alcohol has a boiling point lesser than the boiling point of water. Fourth one, liquids can change into gas at any temperature when left in the open. Answer is true. Fifth one, deposition is a common method of food preservation. It slows down both food decay and growth of microorganisms. Answer is false. Freezing is a common method of food preservation. Question B. Choose the correct option to fill in the blank. Generally, all solids, liquids and gases dash on heating and dash on cooling. Answers: expand on heating and contract on cooling. Second one, thermal expansion in gases is the dash, least. Third one, bridges are kept in rollers to allow for their expansion in dash and contraction in dash, summer and winter. Fourth one, some glasses do not break when heated because their thermal expansion is dash with temperature. Answer is small. Children, you can do this activity, page number 73 and 74. If you have iron ball, you can heat it and do this activity. What do you observe from this activity? Okay, children? Thank you.